guys, it's Ty with H24 Outdoors. I got a new episode of W.on On today. We had a comment from Jonathan Wees, and he said do a video recommending baits for Lake Bald Knob this weekend. And Lake Bald Knob is kind of a childhood lake for me. I know me and my dad like to go out there and fish. That's where he's from. So yeah, without further ado, I'll get into these baits for you guys. Alright, so the first bait I've got for you guys is the 6th Sense Axis 2.0. And this bait right here, I've used it. I've not used it in this bluegill color, but this bluegill color is why I picked it. It's super realistic. 6th Sense did a great job with the paint on this bait right here. And yeah, the bass, I haven't been out there honestly, but I know that it's a pretty shallow lake. And if you don't know about Lake Bald Knob, it's kind of just a shallow grassy lake. It's pretty flat. I know it's got some drop-offs there in the middle, and then there's a big creek channel that comes and goes on for quite a ways, and then it opens up a little bit back there. But for the most part, it's a pretty shallow lake. So this right here, imitating the bluegill, I bet the bass are on beds out there right now. And if they've already spawned, then this bluegill color is still going to crush out there outside of those lily pads. So yeah, 6th Sense Axis right here. The next bait I have for you guys is the Z-Man Evo right here. This color is called Hot Snakes. And I've got that paired with the Gary Yamamoto Zako and pumpkin with black and white right there. You can kind of see. But these colors are going to pair really well together. And yeah, chatterbait, you can just kind of bring that through the grass. There's a lot of areas out there with lily pads that are not like too thick, so you can bring a chatterbait through that. And like I said, those bass are probably going to be spawning or in some stage of the spawn, so the chatterbait's obviously this is going to replicate a bluegill as well. There's a ton of bluegill out there, and that's the primary forage that the bass are eating off of. So this Evo is going to replicate that perfectly. The Evo is kind of like the jackhammer knockoff, I guess, but I know one of my friends, he loves a jackhammer, but he also has been really loving this Evo. So y'all should come check it out. Come buy one. We got a bunch of them at the shop. And so yeah, without further ado. Alright, next bait I got for you guys is the Brazalo Arky Jig. This is the 1/2 ounce Texas Craw. Going with that bluegill kind of pattern again. And like I said, the bluegill on this lake, they're going to be stacked in the coves. So the shad right now are just kind of getting blown around by the wind. So I don't think the bass are too focused on feeding on shad. I don't think they're too focused on feeding that much because I really think they're going to be spawning out there right now. But this color, you can look at it right there, perfectly replicates a bluegill. I'd probably throw like a rage crawl, give it a bigger presentation, and hop it on some beds. You can also flip this in the grass. I know that Arky style jig does great in those lily pads. But yeah, like I said, this little jig right here in that bluegill color is going to be money out there this weekend. Alright, the next bait I got for you guys is the Yum Dinger. Nothing special. This color is kind of a crawl color. This is kind of the closest thing I could find to a bluegill. I mean, watermelon red will be perfect for that. The water's not too dingy there. I don't know about this time of the year, but I know normally the water, you can see about a foot or two down, so it's not terrible. But yeah, this is just kind of a bluegill replicator. This is going to be a bait that you can throw behind all your missed fish on the baits I've talked about beforehand. But yeah, Yum Dinger, you can throw it down those bluffs in that creek channel. And yeah, it's going to be a killer out there. Alright, the last bait, I'm sure is no surprise, is the Bushwhacker by Brazalo. And I do not have a trailer, or I don't have a plastic to put on there today. And that's just because you can really put whatever you want on this. I might throw a swim bait, like a Divine on it, or maybe one of the whales even. I don't know, about 6 cents. But early morning, the shad bite might be fire out there. And so I might put a shad on there early in the morning. Then as the day goes on, put more of a creature style bait to replicate a bluegill again. But yeah, I feel like I recommend the Bushwhacker every week, but the Bushwhacker kills. I love it. It's a great bait by Brazala. All right, guys, I just want to say thank you so much for watching this week's episode of W.on On. If you want to see a lake featured on there, please drop a comment down below. Jonathan Wees was who commented Lake Bald Knob, and you don't even have to keep it in Arkansas if you're watching from outside the state. I can do some research on the lake and I'll get with y'all. But also, there's a Facebook post on our Facebook about possibly live streaming W.on, so I can get like interactions and talk to y'all live about the lakes that y'all are going to be going to this upcoming week. So drop a comment down below if y'all want to see this live streamed. But other than that, thank you so much for watching. Peace.